And when I get superintendent, you see success, right? What? Chris.
All rise for the pledge. Ladies and gentlemen, we will remain standing for a moment of silence out of respect for our troops, our men and women in uniform here at home, who in this holiday season will be out in the cold, away from their families, defending our rights and our freedoms that keep our community a wonderful place to live.
Good evening, my name is Anne Marie Eden. Circle Jackson Township. It is now 7:30 p.m. and we commence with our regularly scheduled Township Council meeting of December 13, 2016. I'll continue with roll call. Councilman Calogero.
Here.
Councilman Martin.
Here.
Councilwoman Updegrade. Here. Council Vice President Brezzi.
Here.
Council President Nixon.
Yes.
Attorney Jean Cipriani. Here. Also in attendance this evening is Administrator Helene Schlegel. As clerk of this meeting, I publicly announce that in compliance with the provisions of the Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of this meeting with the Township Council has been advertised in the manner prescribed by law, and this statement shall be entered into the minutes of the meeting. Continue with council comments. Councilman Calogero.
Good evening. Thank you for coming out. I'd like to acknowledge the scouts I see in the audience. Thank you for coming out and seeing your municipal elected officials in action. I'll waive any further comments.
Councilman Martin.
Same to everyone. It's a great holiday season. Christmas is upon us. These are Hanukkah. I'd like to thank the Boy Scouts for coming out. As a former Boy Scout myself here in Jackson, I know how hard you all work and to earn those merit badges. So keep up the good work and thank you for coming. Have a safe drive home, folks.
Councilwoman Updegrade.
I just want to thank everyone for coming out and all the comments.
Council Vice President Brezzi.
I'd like to thank you for coming out. Nice to see a lot of scouts here. As Councilman Martin said, it's the holiday season, be it Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever it is. Just take a moment out and reflect on these holidays. You know, we celebrate Memorial Day, and the Gold Star families celebrate every holiday as Memorial Day. But think of all the veterans that gave the sacrifices, supreme sacrifices, all the veterans that served us in the past, all our armed forces out there today, keeping our freedoms as they are and sustaining them. Also to our first responders who enable us to live safely with these freedoms. But always remember, as you enjoy these holidays, no matter what it is, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, anyone I don't mention, whatever it might be, we have the freedom to celebrate the one we want in this country through our veterans and our armed forces. I want you to just take a moment out on every holiday to think about that. And think about the Gold Star families who every holiday, especially, along with every day, is Memorial Day. And enjoy the holiday best you can and Christmas. God bless you all and thank you for coming out.
Council President Nixon.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Everyone, thank you for being here, especially to our scouts who do such a wonderful job in our community. I know from experience the hard work that goes into the commitment that you're making to wear that uniform, and we're all grateful for what you do for Jackson, and what you do for your future personal growth. Very poignant words that Councilman Bressi just passed along about the men and women in our armed forces and in the law enforcement firefighter community. On the way here, I happened to pass by two rather serious accidents, and there are police officers out there on call. And it's freezing cold, and it's going to get really cold and really wet over the next couple of months. And you know what? While we're inside nice and warm, sitting next to the fireplace, those police officers, those firefighters, those first responders are going to be out there in the streets in that weather on Christmas Eve, on New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, like they were on Thanksgiving, like they are every year. And I think it is of utmost importance that we say thank you to our law enforcement officers, our first responders. They do an awful lot that we never see. And we thank them for what we may ask them to do, especially in times where we're cozy in bed. They're out there doing what has to be done to continue a wonderful tradition that they've dedicated themselves to for their entire career. So with that, Madam Clerk, let's begin the meeting.
Approve executive session meeting minutes of November 29, 2016.
So moved.
Second. Roll call.
Councilman Calagira.
Yes.
Councilman Martin.
Yes.
Councilwoman Updegray.
Yes.
Council Vice President Bressi.
Yes.
Council President Nixon.
Yes.
We'll continue with ordinances scheduled for second reading. Ordinance 28-16 is an ordinance of the Township of Jackson establishing the salary range for all of the various officials and employees for the township for the year 2017 and thereafter. At this time, we will have a public hearing on ordinance 28-16 only. Anyone wishing to speak on this ordinance may do so at this time. Please address the council at the microphone. Pronounce your name. Spell it and please give your address.
Move to close the public portion of this meeting.
Second. In favor? Aye.
Motion to approve ordinance 28-16 on second reading. Advertise the notice of passage and approval in an approved newspaper as required by law.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Calagira.
Yes.
Councilman Martin.
Yes.
Councilwoman Updegray.
Yes.
Council Vice President Bressi.
Yes.
Council President Nixon.
Yes.
Ordinance 29-16 is an ordinance of the Township of Jackson authorizing the execution of an amendment to the lease agreement with the Jackson Little League for a portion of the Justice Complex fields. At this time, we'll have a public hearing on ordinance 29-16 only. Anyone wishing to speak on this ordinance may do so at this time. Please address the council at the microphone. Pronounce your name, spell it, and please give your address.
See no one come forward, move to close.
Second.
In favor? Aye.
Motion to approve ordinance 29-16 on second reading. Advertise the notice of passage and approval in an approved newspaper as required by law.
So moved.
Second.
I'm sorry, the motion?
Roll call.
Councilman Calagira.
Yes.
Councilman Martin.
Yes.
Councilwoman Updegray.
Yes.
Council Vice President Bressi.
Yes.
Council President Nixon.
Yes.
We'll continue with ordinances scheduled for first reading. Ordinance 31-16 is an ordinance of the Township of Jackson amending and supplementing Chapter 216 entitled Garbage, Rubbish, and Waste Materials so as to increase permitted maximum gallon capacity of receptacles. Motion to approve ordinance 31-16 on first reading.
Excuse me, I'm sorry, but just before you vote on that, it was brought to my attention, the original change that was made was to increase the capacity of the acceptable receptacles. There's something I want to say, you have to say too many times fast. But in doing that, it was noted that there is what appears to be ancient language which requires that the receptacles be tapered metal containers. And it seems like this would be a good time, if it's the will of the council, to not only increase the capacity of the acceptable containers, but to remove the requirement that they be metal containers.
Let's come up with the 21st century, what everyone in town has been doing for 35 years.
That seems like a good idea. So my suggestion is that language change be made, and then if it is moved and adopted on first reading, that it be with that removal of the metallic requirement as well as the capacity change.
So then we go with motion to amend and approve ordinance 31-16 on first reading, advertise the approval, notice of second reading and public hearing to be held December 27th, 2016.
Motion to move is amended.
Second?
Roll call.
Councilman Calogero?
Yes.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilwoman Updegray?
Yes.
Council Vice President Prezi?
Yes.
Council President Nixon.
Yes.
We'll continue with ordinance 32-16, which is an ordinance of the Township of Jackson amending and supplementing Chapter 245 entitled Landlord Registration and Responsibility so as to provide for rolling annual registration. Motion to approve ordinance 32-16 on first reading, advertise the approval, notice of second reading, and public hearing to be held December 27th, 2016.
Motion.
So moved.
Second?
Roll call.
Councilman Calogero?
Yes.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilwoman Updegray?
Yes.
Council Vice President Prezi?
Yes.
Council President Nixon.
Yes.
At this time, we will have public comment on resolutions only. Anyone wishing to speak on resolutions may do so at this time. Please address the council at the microphone, pronounce your name, spell it, and please give it your address.
Seeing no one come forward, move to close the public portion of this meeting.
Second?
All in favor? Aye.
We'll continue with Resolution 378R16, authorize payment in the amount of $1,135 to Seaboard Fire and Safety Equipment Company, and further authorize the allocation of funds in an amount not to exceed $3,500 the remainder of calendar year 2016 for mandatory fire safety inspection repairs of various township facilities.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Calogero?
Yes.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilwoman Updegray?
Yes.
Council Vice President Prezi?
Yes.
Council President Nixon.
Yes.
379R16, authorize the renewal of Happy Time Cafe Inc. plenary retail alcoholic beverage consumption license 1511033021002, currently being held in inactive status for the licensing period July 1, 2016 through June 30th, 2017.
So moved.
Second?
Roll call.
Councilman Calogero?
Yes.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilwoman Updegray?
Yes.
Council Vice President Prezi?
Yes.
Council President Nixon.
Yes.
383R16, authorize installation of a digital sign on township property by the Ocean County Library.
So moved. Second?
Roll call.
Councilman Calogero?
Yes.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilwoman Updegray?
Yes.
Council Vice President Prezi?
Yes.
Council President Nixon.
Yes.
385R16, authorize the execution of a contract award to Fasolino Contracting Corporation for the project known as Jackson Township Senior Center Addition for a total contract price in the amount of $258,100.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Calogero?
Yes.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilwoman Updegray?
Yes.
Council Vice President Prezi?
Yes.
Council President Nixon.
Yes.
386R16, resolution ratifying the agreement between the Township of Jackson and Jeffrey Serenian Esquire for legal services related to the affordable housing litigation.
So moved.
Second?
Roll call.
Councilman Calogero?
Yes.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilwoman Updegray?
Yes.
Council Vice President Prezi?
Yes.
Council President Nixon.
Yes.
I will now entertain a motion for bills and claims.
So moved.
Second?
Roll call.
Councilman Calogero?
Yes.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilwoman Updegray?
Abstain from anything pertaining to winding waves, just everything else.
Council Vice President Prezi?
Yes.
Council President Nixon.
Abstain on matters related to the Ocean County Board of Health, yes to the rest of the list.
I will now entertain a motion for the consent agenda, which will require one vote for all resolutions listed on this evening's consent agenda as follows. 375R16, approved tax overpayment refunds. 376R16, authorizing the execution, submission, and acceptance of a municipal alliance agreement between the Ocean County Board of Health and Jackson Township, and further providing for the township's acceptance receipt of $33,124 from the state of New Jersey through the county effective July 1, 2017 through June 30th, 2018. 377R16, resolution canceling tax sale certificate 16-00120 on block 8001, lot 5.430. 380R16, request approval for the insertion of a special item of revenue and appropriation pursuant to NJSA 48:4-87 for the drive sober or get pulled over 2016 year-end statewide crackdown grant. 381R16, authorize municipal engineer to prepare bid specifications and advertise for the receipt of sealed bids for the project known as improvements to Right to Bow Road. 382R16, cancellation of residual budget appropriations for miscellaneous grants for the attached spreadsheet with the resolution. 384R16, authorize the re-advertisement and acceptance of proposals, RFPs, for professional services for calendar year 2017. 387R16, authorize acceptance of Cops in Shops College Bowl Initiative 2016-2017 grant. And 388R16, request approval for the insertion of a special item of revenue appropriation pursuant to NJSA 48:4-87 for the 2016-2017 Cops in Shops College Bowl Initiative grant.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Calagiro.
Yes.
Councilman Martin.
Yes.
Councilwoman Updegray.
Yes.
Council Vice President Brezzi.
Yes.
Council President Nixon.
Abstaining on 376R16, and yes to the rest of this.
Okay. Discussion agenda.
Please.
Okay. Members of the council, you're going to decide when the reorganization
Yes.
meeting will be held.
I'd like to propose to the council that we reorganize on January 3rd at 7:30. If there are no objections, we can schedule a reorg for that night.
So I will advertise it for January 3rd, 2017, which is a Tuesday, at 7:30.
Yes,
Here.
yes, right here.
Okay. Now, Council President, you and I have gone over some of the dates for next year's council meeting schedules. So we're going to go with January 3rd as the reorg, January 24th, it's going to be a regular meeting, February 14th and 28th, March 14th and 28th, April 11th and 25th, May 9th and 23rd. And these are pretty much in line with the second and fourth Tuesdays like we have normally scheduled them. June 13th and 27th, July 1 meeting, July 25th. August 1 meeting, August 22nd, September 12th and 26th, October 10th and 24th, November 1 meeting, November 21st, December 2 meetings, 13th and 26th.
That's correct.
So I will have that resolution prepared for the reorg for confirmation by council. And I just also have to remind the public that we have the menorah lighting scheduled here December 29th between 4:30 and 6 p.m. on the outside and back. I do also just want to advise council, there was a gentleman who came to see me today. He lives in Hawkins Ridge. His name is Sean Blick. He could not attend tonight, but he wanted to just express his concerns over the paving that was done out at that project. And I want to know that our township attorney and administration is involved, Dan Burke is as well. But he asked if I could please just advise the council that he had some concerns.
Administrator, you'd like to add something?
Yes, Council President, thank you. Just in response to that inquiry, that our engineering department was out there inspecting the project. They found some deficiencies in the work. They called the contractor will be out there tomorrow to try to remedy some of the issues, but we're aware that there are deficiencies, and we've been on top of it, and we've been in contact with Mr. McGurka, or one of our township attorneys, who is handling the matter. He's well aware of the situation as well.
Remedies on its way.
Mr. Councilman, actually, I forgot to remember any comments. We actually had a number of cheerleading squads down in Florida this past week, and the D12 team won the national championship. So congratulations to the Division 12, even 12 and under for some people don't know the lingo. And so if you're 12 and under and the D12 team, they're national champions, so congratulations. We also had a couple of teams place that did very well as well. So I believe they're our only national championship winner. So congratulations to the D12, which actually youth football cheer champions.
Absolutely. Excellent. We should put on the sign in the town of champions, because the city of the final championships all over the place. That's awesome. Thank you. Madam Clerk, I'll open up to the call.
At this time, we'll have public comment on any topic. Anyone wishing to speak on any topic?
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Calagira?
Yes.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilwoman Undergrave?
Yes.
Council Vice President Rezzi?
Yes.
Council President Nixon?
Yes.
383R16, authorize installation of a digital sign on township property by the Ocean County Library.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Calagira?
Yes.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilwoman Undergrave?
Yes.
Council Vice President Rezzi?
Yes.
Council President Nixon?
Yes.
385R16, authorize the execution of a contract award to Fasolino Contracting Corporation for the project known as Jackson Township Senior Center Addition for a total contract price in the amount of $258,100.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Calagira?
Yes.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilwoman Undergrave?
Yes.
Council Vice President Rezzi?
Yes.
Council President Nixon?
Yes.
386R16, resolution ratifying the agreement between the Township of Jackson and Jeffrey Serenian Esquire for legal services related to the affordable housing litigation.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Calagira?
Yes.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilwoman Undergrave?
Yes.
Council Vice President Rezzi?
Yes.
Council President Nixon?
Yes.
I will now entertain a motion for bills and claims.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Calagira?
Yes.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilwoman Undergrave?
Abstain from anything pertaining to one wage, just everything else.
Council Vice President Rezzi?
Yes.
Council President Nixon?
Stand on matters related to the Ocean County Board of Health, yes to the rest of the list.
I will now entertain a motion for the consent agenda, which will require one vote for all resolutions listed on this evening's consent agenda as follows. 375R16, approve tax overpayment refunds. 376R16, authorize the execution, submission, and acceptance of a municipal alliance agreement between the Ocean County Board of Health and Jackson Township, and further providing for the township's acceptance receipt of $33,124 from the state of New Jersey through the county effective July 1, 2017 through June 30th, 2018. 377R16, resolution canceling tax sale certificate 16-00120 on block 8001, lot 5.430. 380R16, request approval for the insertion of a special item of revenue and appropriation pursuant to NJSA 48:4-87 for the drive sober or get pulled over 2016 year-end statewide crackdown grant. 381R16, authorize municipal engineer to prepare bid specifications and advertise for the receipt of sealed bids for the project known as improvements to Right to Bow Road. 382R16, cancellation of residual budget appropriations for miscellaneous grants for the attached spreadsheet with the resolution. 384R16, authorize the re-advertisement and acceptance of proposals, RFPs, for professional services for calendar year 2017. 387R16, authorize acceptance of COPS in shops College Bowl Initiative 2016-2017 grant, and 388 R16, request approval for the insertion of a special item of revenue appropriation pursuant to NJSA 48:4-87 for the 2016-2017 Cops in Shops College Bowl Initiative grant.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Calagiro.
Yes.
Councilman Martin.
Yes.
Councilwoman Updegray.
Yes.
Council Vice President Grezzi.
Yes.
Council President Nixon.
The abstaining on 376 R16, and yes to the rest of the list.
Okay. Discussion agenda.
Please.
Okay. Members of the council, you're going to decide when the reorganization
Yes.
meeting will be held.
I'd like to propose to the council that we reorganize on January 3rd at 7:30. If there are no objections, we can schedule a reorg for that night.
So I will advertise it for January 3rd, 2017, which is a Tuesday, at 7:30.
Yes, please, right here.
Okay. Now, Council President, you and I have gone over some of the dates for next year's schedule, council meeting schedules. So we're going to go with January 3rd as the reorg, January 24th, it's going to be a regular meeting, February 14th and 28th, March 14th and 28th, April 11th and 25th, May 9th and 23rd. And these are pretty much in line with the second and fourth Tuesdays like we have normally scheduled them. June 13th and 27th. July 1 meeting, July 25th. August 1 meeting, August 22nd. September 12th and 26th. October 10th and 24th. November 1 meeting, November 21st. December 2 meetings, 13th and 26th.
That's correct.
So I will have that resolution prepared for the reorg for confirmation by council. And I just also have to remind the public that we have the menorah lighting scheduled here December 29th between 4:30 and 6 p.m. on the outside and back. I do also just want to advise council, there was a gentleman who came to see me today. He lives in Hawkins Ridge. His name is Sean Blake. He could not attend tonight, but he wanted to just express his concerns over the paving that was done out at that project. And anyone knows that our township attorney and administration is involved, Dan Burke is as well. But he asked if I could please just advise the council that he had some concerns.
Administrator, you'd like to add something?
Yes, Council President, thank you. Just in response to that inquiry, that our engineering department was out there inspecting the project. They found some deficiencies in the work. They called the contractor will be out there tomorrow to try to remedy some of the issues, but we're aware that there are deficiencies and we've been on top of it, and we've been in contact with Mr. McGurka, or one of our township attorneys, who is handling the matter. He's well aware of the situation as well.
Remedies on its way.
Council President, actually, I forgot to remember any comments. We actually had a number of cheerleading squads down in Florida this past week, and the D12 team won the national championship. So congratulations to the Division 12, even 12 and under, for some people don't know the lingo. And so for your 12 and under, your D12 team, they were national champions, so congratulations. We also had a couple of teams place that did very well as well. So I believe they're our only national championship winner. So congratulations to D12. It's actually youth football cheer champions.
Absolutely. Excellent. We should put on the sign in the town, Township Champions, because it's seen the final championships all over the place. That's awesome. Thank you. Madam Clerk, I'll open up to the call.
At this time, we'll have public comment on any topic. Anyone wishing to speak on any topic?
Elmore Cannon, 7 Evergreen Court. I guess I'll just start out with the fact that, as I have said countless times. I am a native of Jackson Township. I went to Switland for kindergarten, Johnson for elementary school, Getz for middle school, graduated with the class of 1982 from Jackson Memorial. I was a cheerleader, I was also in marching band, and did numerous volunteer work throughout many of my adult years. 5 years ago, 5 years, 9 months ago, I could not tell anyone who the mayor of this town was, or who any one of you were. I was too busy raising children and my life until something happened in my backyard. Over that time, I have lost countless hours, days, weeks, months, and years. Time that I will never get back, only to fight and protect my home and my neighborhood. So, as this native who has a true intent and goodness for my town, it is with a very heavy heart that I feel it necessary to ask these questions. When was the last time a political caucus meeting had occurred?
I don't believe that's a relevant question to council.
Okay. At the last council meeting, a question came up questioning how much influence George Gilmore has on politics in Jackson Township.
Are you asking the
I'm
question?
asking you the question.
I think that's kind of a general question. That's kind of a pointed question. To be honest with you, Eleanor, no.
He has no
He has zero impact on the decisions made on the staffs.
Okay. Then I must ask you, was there a secret meeting on December 3rd, 2016?
Township council, separately from our political roles, we're permitted to meet with anybody in the political context that we want to, so long as township business is not discussed outside of that context.
So was there a secret meeting on that day?
I'm not going to discuss when we meet. It had nothing to do with being secret or not. Political meetings are political meetings. They're not council meetings.
Can you please tell me where this meeting took place?
I'm not going to discuss the meeting.
So therefore, I guess I'll be left with no recourse then to tell you. On December 3rd, 2016, there was a meeting that took place at Gilmore Monahan's office in Thomas River. Some started walking in at 10 to 11. With that, a viewer had witnessed the entire council go in, George Gilmore go in, the mayor go in, and 3 members of the board of the MUAC. I find this very discerning, very disheartening, and at some point, did any one of you consider that this may be a total violation of the Open Public Meetings Act?
It is not. It is very clearly distinct from the Open Public Meetings Act. It is a political caucus. It is a council meeting. And it is accepted by state law under an exemption of the Open Public Meetings Act. But it is not a public meeting.
And if that was, technically should have been a public meeting.
No, it's legally not a public meeting. There's no question about it.
It legally was. We had contacted numerous people.
I apologize. Say again.
Numerous people have been contacted. It is a clear violation of the Open Public Meetings Act that our governing body is meeting with the Republican chair, the township attorney, and 3 board members of the NUI.
I can assure you, based on years of experience and state law, that it is not a violation of the Open Public Meetings Act.
I beg to differ, and so do attorneys. You realize the optics and how this looks for the residents of Jackson Township. As you say that there's transparency in this town, and that clearly was not transparency. When all of our elected officials are meeting with the township attorney at an undisclosed location and did not...
Let me point out why that's an overreaction. If we have a Republican Club meeting where all members of the Republican Club and all those individuals you mentioned are members of the Republican Club, and we have them every month, it's the exact same thing. There's no difference. All the same people are in attendance. There is
The
no
Republican
difference.
Club had their caucus the day after the last...
It doesn't matter when the day is. It's a political gathering. It is not a
So
public
our
gathering.
township Country Club that you're discussing?
It's a political meeting, and I'm going to say it for the last time. If you'd like to continue, that's fine. It's a political meeting exempted by the Open Public Meetings Act, the same as our attending a Republican municipal meeting, or Republican county meeting. It's all the same thing.
Okay, I can assure you that we were told that this is what it was at. That you claim that this is a political caucus. During the time that the election is now over, you have the two township attorneys there. And
Only one of
you
them.
have a forum of the MUS.
And
So you have,
anything else to add to that?
you have three governing bodies representing this town that make decisions and financial decisions for this town. Those are very discerning because that is supposed to be public.
The last time I checked, this is the United States of America. We're permitted to belong to Republican or Democratic or any other parties. We meet once a month politically. That's perfectly acceptable. And that's our right to do so as members of a political party. It's no different.
Your political party met the day after the last council meeting.
We can meet 10 times a month. It doesn't matter.
But no one else was in attendance of this meeting, except for our governing bodies.
Do you have anything else to add to this?
No,
Okay, thank you.
I am putting it on the record because it has been notified.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to address the council, can I ask that you please get in line so you have an opportunity to speak?
Beatrice Petty, and
Beatrice, can you spell your last name, please?
P-E-T-T-I.
P-E-T-T-I. Okay.
I happen to be nine to the Capital grant, and in my efforts to try to find out if I could appeal it, or what are the guidelines, why I was denied, no one has answered me. I tried, I called Stephanie, I called Councilman.
We can meet 10 times a month. It doesn't matter.
But no one else was in attendance of this meeting, except for our governing bodies.
Do you have anything else to add to this?
No,
Okay, thank you.
I am putting it on the record because it has been notified.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to address the council, can I ask that you please get in line so you have an opportunity to speak?
Beatrice Petty, and
Beatrice, can you spell your last name, please?
P-E-T-T-I.
P-E-T-T-I. Okay.
I happen to be nine to the Capital grant, and in my efforts to try to find out if I could appeal it, or what are the guidelines, why I was denied, no one has answered me. I tried, I called Stephanie, I called, and Erwin Oros from Hatfield had said to me that I couldn't get in contact with the Affordable Council because there'd been no one and for me to get in contact with either the township attorney or administration. And so I said to him, how can I get in contact with the township attorney? He was corresponding with the township, which I have, and nothing, no return calls, and this is going on for months. And I've asked just recently for a meeting with the mayor, with Stephanie, and she said she would ask Samantha to call me, no call. And that's my first problem. That was the grant in 2014. In 2006, I actually did get the grant to do a rehabilitation for my dad so he could live with me because he had dementia. And I actually won that. And on the day that it started, because I said one thing was wrong, the contractor ended it. So I'd like to know where that money went to and why it ended. You know, there could have been something else that happened, like either he could have said, you pay for the other thing that you want, because they were having the door go into the garage. There's no way my father could open the garage with a remote control. You know.
Well, obviously
If
not.
you lose the remote, you have to go out the back door, and there was a back door there.
I understand. Well, number one, I apologize that you haven't received a return phone call, and I would ask that the administrator could seek
sounds like from the description of the problem, at least for the 2015 grant, that it's something that we could review in my office. I won't ask you to now, but before the meeting is over, if you can give me your contact information, we'll take a look at that. With the 2006, I'll try and find out. I may not be able to find out what the problem was.
Thank you.
Seeing no one else come forward, move to close the public portion of the meeting.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Motion to close the meeting?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Good night, everybody.
You need those papers, though. Where do you get them? Up there. Is that your dad? No. Don't forget to leave yourself.